Good morning, HCA. This is Mr. Schatz. It's Thursday, which is chapel day, and obviously I'm at my home and not at school. But I thought it'd be good if I could send you guys a little update and a brief word from the scriptures and encourage you guys, and then talk a little bit about what's happening at HCA and how this student life page is going to be used to kind of connect us together. I know that there's a lot of questions about what's going on, questions about what's going to happen to us in the world. There's a lot of fear and anxiety, and how are we going to stay connected? And so I wanted to encourage us just briefly this morning. This was not in any of our plans. None of us want this to happen. None of us want this coronavirus to be around, and it's really disappointing and discouraging in many ways, and a cause for fear. But I want to encourage us to make the most of this opportunity, to not see this time as something we want to wish away, but to make the most of what God has given us here. And I just finished reading The Lord of the Rings over the break, and there's a great quote in The Lord of the Rings. Frodo, who is trying to destroy the ring, says, "I wish the ring had never come to me. I wish none of this had ever happened." I think we could say the same thing about the coronavirus. We don't wish that this had happened. But Gandalf responds with some really wise words. He says, so do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. And that's what I think I want to encourage you with, is we have to decide what to do with this time. We have a choice to make. We can choose to wish this time away. We can choose to spend all of our time just on Netflix or video games or social media and just try to wish it away and wish that it happens and then move on with our lives. We could choose to spend this time and let our disappointment of the things that we've missed out on, all the extracurricular activities, all the extra things we were looking forward to, we could let that bitterness disappointment turn to bitterness and anger. We could choose to spend our time worrying and being anxious about what could happen, and that's a choice that we can make. The other choice is to make the most of this time and to really see this time as an opportunity for God to do something in our lives and in our school and in our community. So the first thing I want to encourage you is this: don't be afraid. Back in the fall in our spiritual retreat, our theme was just trust, from Psalm 56. When I am afraid, I trust in you. There's a lot of cause for fear right now. And over and over in the scriptures it says, don't be afraid, don't be afraid. But even in this passage it says, when I'm afraid, I choose to trust in you. And so I want to encourage you to draw near to God during this time. You've got time to spend time with Him, to spend time in His Word in a way that you've never had before. So draw near to Him. See what He's going to do in your life. Connect with your family, your friends, your neighbors. It's going to be you have to be creative, but connect with them. You've got time to spend with them. I know you don't always want to spend time with your siblings or your family, but this is a time to really encourage them and to dive in and invest with them. Choose to continue your studies with depth. Many of you have said, I wish we had more time to do our homework. Well, now you've got time to do that. So dive into those things. Who knows how you'll grow as you make the most of that time. And then have creative fun with your friends. I know you can't be together in the same way, but think creatively about how you can still stay connected with your friends. We don't want you guys to feel alone. It's going to feel isolating. You're going to feel cooped up, but we don't want you to feel alone. We want you to stay connected. And that's why we've created this page here. We're going to provide you with our chapels on Thursday, a brief message like this. We're going to provide you with daily challenges that you guys can do and post some things online. We're going to have polls that we will take, fun polls that we can take, and just different things that will help keep us connected as a school beyond just our studies. We don't want you to feel alone. So reach out. If you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling lots of anxiety or worry or fear, reach out to somebody. anybody. You can reach out to me, one of your teachers, one of your friends. We don't want you to feel alone during this time. So be on the lookout next week as we start to release some content on this page. But I think this can be a really exciting time and a time for us to make a lot of really cool memories so that we look back at this time and we don't say, man, we just wasted that. But we look back at this time and say, see what God did in our school and in our lives. Talk to you guys soon.